I am at 7041 North Cicero Ave in Lincolnwood, Illinois. 7041. Homeowner Muhammad Sharif. I was given 2 vents and a little bit of flashing to do. With the wind today, I will try to make sure I'm as clear as possible. Okay, right off the bat, I'm seeing a wind creased shingle. I wasn't given them any shingles to repair, but that's it. I'll seal that back down. All right, again, I was given 2 vents. Looks like there's 4 on the roof. Hail spatter all over this one. So I could do him. Hail spatter on this one. So I could do that one. There's also hail spatter on this one. So I could do that one. Another wind damaged shingle. Hail damage on this guy as well. I don't know which ones are covered, but I was only given 2. And I have a wind crease shingle down there, a missing tab there. I see more wind creased shingles here, at least 2. There's a missing one on the garage over there, missing tab. Again, we're right off the highway. There's a lot of wind. There's a street right here. They're doing work next door. I'm going to try to make sure that I keep the sound down as much as possible. But I'll start doing the repairability here. Sorry for the movement. Once I get set, I'll be good. All right, so in order to do this repairability attempt, I'm going to take this one. And first we're going to number out all of the shingles that will be impacted by this attempt. So bear with me, I need to first find where this shingle starts and ends. All right, so it looks like this shingle right here. It'll go up there, but we'll label this shingle 1. All of number 1 is the same shingle. We're going to impact this shingle because we have to get up underneath this shingle. That's 2. Number 2 looks that looks further down. That wouldn't be the same. Both of these are the same shingle. Number 2 is the same shingle. We're going to have to impact this 3rd shingle. I mean, we're also going to have to impact that shingle. And number 5 here. This is pretty tricky because it's close to the ridge. So we're going to also impact this shingle right here. This shingle right here, and there's a little tab of it underneath here. And from this ridge shingle all the way to this ridge shingle. Now, sometimes they're not as close to the ridge, but it looks like this one and that one. Again, I was only given 2 vents to do. Both of these would go up to the ridge. This one of the more hail damaged on the roof here. So this is the beginning. I'm going to take some before. I'm going to quickly stop this video, take a before and after photos before I manipulate anything, and then I'm going to restart my video. Okay, I have taken each of those photos left to right in numbering. If there's, so for example, there are 3 tabs on this on shingle number 1. I took them from left to right. On shingle number 2, I took them left to right, and then the rest of them are individual. But I can't get individuals of all those. We'll see what we're dealing with here in just a minute. Let me get nice and comfortable. All right, so to begin, in order to get these shingles out, because so little is showing on shingle number 2 and, well, 3, because the vent goes so far down, it's safest to, well, it's safest probably on all of them first to just break the seal that we're dealing with on each of them. I'm going underneath this shingle because I get more meat underneath the shingle, if you will. It's not just going underneath the aluminum and trying to, there are cases where you might do that and I'll hurt the aluminum. Plus, I don't want to scratch the face of shingle number 2 here. But like this, if it's pretty tight underneath here, which it is, it's best to go underneath so that you can really not crank on it too much. I don't want to ruin the face of number 2. There we go. And again, I know that we're replacing the vent, so I don't want to, but I don't want to do anything too crazy. Those came up fairly easily, again, because I was able to pop the nail up from way underneath and not just crank on the metal or try to really dig in anything. So that was the safest way. Those came up pretty well. I'm going to pop the rest of the seals. And on shingle number 6 here, I'm going to go all the way across because I'm going to have to get underneath, assuming there are nails. I mean, like, that's nailed in there fairly well. I'm going to have to go up underneath and get these, the nails of the ridge shingles out. I'm trying not to let my shadow get in the way either. That's about as, you know, to be safe, you go about 12 to 18 inches out from the vent. That's good enough there. And then from here we see where the nails are in the vent. Not going beyond what the snake tool is allowing. Sorry if my arm was in the way there. I was just getting this nail out. And once this vent is out, then we can see what we're working with. All right, so up to this point with this nail now out, I have taken out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nails, but it seems as though there are more still in there. Now, sometimes when putting these vents in, the shinglers will shingle up to this point, then put the vent down, nail twice in the top, or maybe once right in the middle, or once somewhere, and then cut around the vent after they put the next row of shingles on. Well, again, this is the case where these shingles are right at the top. This might have several shingles in at the top, so this is going to be pretty invasive. Plus, the fact that it's not twisting means that it's not just one in the top, it's several. So, as it is, we have to remove the nails of the ridge. And because I cannot, even if I find a nail, I can't really pull it out easily, because what I do is I then, the angle of the snake tool goes, it causes the shingle to go straight into the vent. And so I'm going to end up scratching a shingle here, not only scratching, but possibly damaging one here. Here's our first nail. I'm just trying to feel around for any nails. I felt one earlier when I was just going like this. So we certainly got a nail out of the vent, but again, it's not budging any more than it was before. So we'll try from this side. Here's another nail. 1-inch nails. You know, in this case, we got pretty fortunate because without manipulating the shingle too much, we can put it right over. But again, we took another nail out of the top of the vent here, which is underneath all these shingles, and it is not twisting, which means there's certainly more than one. Probably we took one out here. 1, 2, 3 more nails in here. So we're going to be causing quite a commotion here. This is going to be more invasive than I anticipated. So I'm going to go up underneath the vent here, follow the vent all the way up. Maybe I can remove the nail that way. It's not working the best. Let's just take a look at where we are at this moment in time. What kinds of damages we're causing. So again, I'm not giving any shingles to replace, but as you see here, from shingle 4 to shingle 3, a good amount of mat transfer has occurred. I'll get individual pictures, but that's not just granules, that's all the way down to the fiberglass that has that mat transfer has occurred, not only right there, but also right here. That's not a result of Yeah, that's not a hole from a nail. That's again mat transfer. It's in one spot from shingle 4 to shingle 3. It has also occurred all across shingle 4 where shingle 7 was adhered. Mat transfer the entire way from shingle 4 here onwards. Again, I'll get clear pictures of that documented. Given how tied in this vent is all up here, again, there's not just one nail in there. There are at least 2, possibly 1, 2, 3 more nails in there, given the nature of the shingle that I am messing with here. Here, we'll manipulate this right here. Mat transfer has also occurred. Let me get my hat there right here on the ridge. Good 1.5 inches. Oh, all the way up the shingle. Again, I'll get good photos to document that. Mat transfer is damage, and though sealant will seal that back down, the sealant that have been given, it'll seal it back down. That's not meant to fix damage to a shingle. And you can see how this kind of repair of these vents, no mat transfer there. That one came up pretty easy as well. But you can see how the repair of just this vent is already causing damages to several other shingles. I mean, let me get my shadow over here. There's mat transfer here as well. This top shingle actually down to this shingle. That's not just a tar strip. That's part of this ridge shingle now onto this. It's for this reason that this won't be possible without covering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ridge shingles I'd need to replace because of damage. However many shingles are involved here, here, and here, at least 3, given the amount of mat transfer that has occurred. Again, not going crazy, not ripping, not angling, just trying to go back and forth, and yet mat transfer did occur. It's my estimation, given the amount of wind damage shingles as well, that more would have to be replaced, not least that one that we saw when I walked up, the 2 wind damaged on the backside. This would be another case where you're tightly interlocked with the ridge, not very much room for manipulation of these shingles and getting the nail out. The same thing would occur here then. Mat transfer would certainly occur here as well. Yeah, this looks like an interesting way to do a vent. I mean, there's another shingle underneath here. That's tightly interwoven. If we go over to this one, these shingles adhered down, none of these wind blown, but if I did do any kind of repair here, the mat transfer, look, I mean, again, given the amount of hail damage there, I was only given 2 vents, but all 4 of these have hail damage. If I did this one as well, I mean, this is already blown up, possibly because of wind, but mat transfer would certainly occur in these regions as well. It's for this reason that a repair just of a vent is not feasible. Mat transfer would also cause collateral damage to other shingles in the area on each case of these shingles, and therefore it's not feasible just to do a local small repair that I've been sent to do, much more invasive than was anticipated. It's for this reason this roof is not in a repairable condition. It's actually not repairable. Something that also I'm seeing now that I'm over here, 2 more wind-blown shingles over here. Yes, right along the edge. So we have several shingles that are in need of tending to up here because of wind. Again, for this reason, this roof is not in a repairable state. Just to get this on a slightly better camera, again, looking at trying to observe mat transfer here. I'm sorry for the blurriness. Mat transfer there down to the fiberglass. Here as well, down to the fiberglass. It's not just granules, that is shingle ripped. Not going beyond the angle of the snake tool. But here we are again, the whole of shingle 4 where the whole of, let me focus it, the whole of shingle 4 where shingle 7 was adhered down. I'm trying to focus it, I apologize. There we are. Down to the fiberglass. The shingle is now damaged for nearly 5 inches. Not as a result of any cranking. You can go back to my video and see exactly how I peeled this seal up, peeled this tab rather up. Again, it's for this reason that doing a little local repair on 1 vent, 2 vents, even 3 or 4, because they're both hail damaged. Even this hail damage. It's for this reason a local repair is not feasible, and this roof is in a non-repairable state, because if I went to go and change out these shingles, I would cause damage to more. If I went to repair those shingles, I would cause more damage. Those shingles, I would cause more damage. I am not able to repair this roof in a way that is with what I've been given at this point.